Madam Clerk?
Yes, Mayor. Board of Commissioners public meeting Tuesday, May 5th, 2015. The time is now 7:55. Pursuant to the requirements of the Open Public Meeting Act, Chapter 231, notice of this meeting was published in the December 11, 2014 issues of the Nutley Sun, the Star Ledger, and the Herald News. A copy of this notice has been posted in the Nutley Town Hall Bulletin Board, and a copy is on file in the Municipal Clerk's office. Commissioner Rogers? Commissioner Evans?
Here.
Scarpelli?
Here.
Mayor Petracco?
Here.
All present except for Commissioner Tucci, absent excused this evening.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. We'll move on to minutes.
Minutes, we have March 26, 2015 executive session minutes. I need a motion.
Move it.
Second.
Commissioner Rogers?
Aye.
Commissioner Evans?
The March 26th, no, I can do it. I can do both. I'm sorry, I thought I missed one of those. Aye.
Commissioner Scarpelli?
Aye.
Mayor Petracco?
Aye.
We also have April 7, 2015 minutes. I need a motion.
Move it.
Second.
Commissioner Rogers?
Aye.
Commissioner Evans?
Aye.
Commissioner Scarpelli?
Aye.
Mayor Petracco?
Aye. Thank you. We'll move on to communications.
Yes, Mayor, we have two correspondence this evening. The first one is for the Kingsland Manor. They have submitted a social affair permit to host a fundraiser for Saturday, June 6, 2015. I need a motion.
Moved. Second.
Commissioner Rogers?
Aye.
Commissioner Evans?
Aye.
Commissioner Scarpelli?
Aye.
Mayor Petracco?
Aye.
And also the Nutley Volunteer Emergency Rescue Squad has submitted a social affair permit for Saturday, May 30th, 2015. I need a motion.
Moved. Second.
Commissioner Rogers?
Aye.
Commissioner Evans?
Aye.
Commissioner Scarpelli?
Aye.
Mayor Petracco?
Aye.
And that's it for communications, Mayor.
Thank you. Reports, Commissioner Evans?
Yes, I have code enforcement reports for the annual report for 2014 as well as the first quarter report for 2015.
Thank you. We'll move on to bills.
Yes, Mayor. Public Affairs, $3,212.08. Revenue and Finance, $7,202,137.99. Public Safety, $488,815.29. Public Works, $154,232.21. Parks and Public Property, $803,691.55. Total payroll, $843,924.46, for a grand total of $9,496,013.58.
Move the bills.
Second.
Commissioner Rogers?
Aye.
Commissioner Evans?
Aye.
Commissioner Scarpelli?
Aye.
Mayor Petracco?
Aye.
That's it for bills, Mayor.
Thank you. I see we have an introduction. Commissioner Evans.
Yes, I'll read by title. An ordinance to amend an ordinance codified in the Code of the Township of Nutley, Chapter 228, entitled Vehicles and Traffic, particularly Article 7, Special Zones and Areas, Section 29A, entitled Handicap Parking, to delete and add a location set forth therein. I move that this ordinance be passed to a second reading and advertised in the Nutley Sun together with the notice required by law, and that further consideration of said ordinance for final passage by the Board of Commissioners be held at its second reading on June 2nd, 2015. So move.
Second.
Commissioner Rogers?
Aye.
Commissioner Evans?
Aye.
Commissioner Scarpelli?
Aye.
Mayor Petracco?
Aye. Okay, we will move on to public hearings. Commissioner Evans.
Thank you, Mayor. I have three this evening. Ordinance number 3305, which was an ordinance to amend our code, specifically Chapter 600, Site Plan Review, and 600A, Checklist for Site Plan Applications, to, in effect, update the checklist in our code so that it's more current.
Is there anyone here this evening that would like to address the Board of Commissioners about ordinance number 3305? Are you combining all of them, Commissioner?
Sorry?
Are you combining all of them, or do you have to read them all?
Judge, I
by
have to
title?
do them separately.
Okay. Is there
I
this evening?
move to close the public hearing.
Second.
Commissioner Rogers?
Aye.
Commissioner Evans?
Aye.
Commissioner Scarpelli?
Aye.
Mayor Petracco?
Aye.
Move the ordinance.
Second.
Commissioner Rogers?
Aye.
Commissioner Evans?
Aye.
Commissioner Scarpelli?
Aye.
Mayor Petracco?
Aye.
The second ordinance for tonight is 3306, which is to amend our code under Chapter 228, Section 13, for prohibited parking for a point on Raymond Avenue, which is 350 feet east of Ridge Road. So Ridge Road cuts across this way, coming east for a period of a space of 25 feet.
Is there anyone here this evening that would like to comment on ordinance number 3306?
Seeing no one, move to close the public hearing.
Second.
Commissioner Rogers? Commissioner Evans?
Aye.
Commissioner Scarpelli?
Aye.
Mayor Petracco?
Aye.
And the last public hearing is for 3307.
Move the ordinance, Commissioner.
Oh, I'm sorry.
To move the ordinance.
I skipped that. Okay, good. Move the ordinance.
Second.
Commissioner Rogers?
Aye.
Commissioner Evans?
Aye.
Commissioner Scarpelli?
Aye.
Mayor Petracco?
Aye. Thank you, Commissioner Scarpelli. Thank you.
3307, which is for handicap parking on Roma Street, beginning at a point 220 feet north of Park Avenue.
Is there anyone here this evening that would like to comment on ordinance number 3307?
7.
Seeing no one?
Move to close the public hearing.
Second.
Commissioner Rogers? Commissioner Evans?
Aye.
Commissioner Scarpelli?
Aye.
Mayor Petracco?
Aye.
Move the ordinance.
Second.
Commissioner Rogers? Commissioner Evans?
Aye.
Commissioner Scarpelli?
Aye.
Mayor Petracco?
Aye. Is that all you have, Commissioner?
I have another one. It's 3308. Which actually is let's see. No, I did that one.
We did that
3308. That was the introduction, so we're good. It was out of order. We're good.
Okay, thank you. We'll move on to resolutions. Commissioner Evans.
Thank you. Whereas the tax collector of this municipality has previously issued tax sale certificates to U.S. Bank and Trust TLCF 2012 ALC for block 500002 lot 15, certificate number 201426 in the amount of $273.64. Whereas the purchaser of the tax sale certificate has indicated to the tax collector that they have lost or otherwise misplaced the original tax sale certificate and have duly filed appropriate affidavit of loss with the tax collector. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the tax collector of the municipality be and is hereby authorized upon receipt of the appropriately executed and notarized loss affidavit and payment of a fee of $100 per certificate to issue appropriate duplicate tax certificates to said purchaser covering the certificate lost as previously described in accordance with Chapter 99 of Public Laws of 1997. Be it further resolved that a copy of this resolution and the loss affidavit be attached to the duplicate certificate to be issued to said purchaser, and that said duplicate certificate shall be stamped or otherwise have imprinted on it the word duplicate as required by law. So move.
Second.
Commissioner Rogers?
Aye.
Commissioner Evans?
Aye.
Commissioner Scarpelli?
Aye.
Mayor Petracco?
Aye.
The next resolution I have is under New Jersey Motor Vehicle Commission rules allows for limited access by the code office to look up registrations of vehicles in executing their duties. Alan, I just wanted to. It's a lengthy resolution, and can I consolidate it by reading the first 5 paragraphs?
That would be fine.
Yeah, thank you. Whereas the State of New Jersey Motor Vehicle Commission, hereinafter called Commission, makes and maintains and keeps a file as required by law certain driver's license, vehicle, and and vessel records of individuals licensed in vehicles and vessels registered in this state. And whereas the Commission also maintains as an administrative convenience a computer record of the aforementioned records hereinafter called the database. Whereas the database is not a public record and the information in the database is not required to be released under the New Jersey Open Public Records Act, NJSA 47:1A-1, but may be released at the discretion of the Commission in such manner as may be determined by the Commission to be administratively appropriate in accordance with appropriate laws and regulations. Whereas the Commission in its discretion has established a limited online access program, hereinafter called online program, to provide certain information contained in the database via electronic communications to businesses or public entities that demonstrate a beneficial interest in and legitimate business use of the database information. Whereas the Township of Nutley, hereinafter called program participant, in its application for the program for participation in the online program, has demonstrated a beneficial interest in and legitimate business use of the database information. Whereas the provision of such information via electronic communication to the program participant is consistent with the laws of the state of New Jersey and with the Commission's policy to balance the needs of the business community with the privacy needs of the public when providing information from the database. Now therefore be it understood and agreed by and between the Commission and the program participant that for and in mutual consideration of the covenants herein, pursuant to all federal laws and regulations, comply with the general provisions of Section A as set forth in this resolution, program participant obligations, Section B, as delineated in this resolution, and as well as the Commission's obligation in Section 3, and any modifications and termination as denoted in Section 4. So move.
Second.
Commissioner Rogers? Commissioner Evans?
Aye.
Scarpelli?
Aye.
Mayor Petracco?
Just before I vote on this, I just have one question. I know with all the Attorney General guidelines and state police guidelines that there's a lot of criteria to grant access for this. So my first question is that I didn't see this till tonight. I just hope that the chief reviewed this, which I'm sure he's done, because there's limited access to employees that could do it.
Yes.
Because I know in years past, if you look up something, that is not eligible under the criteria, it could create a lot of problems for...
Absolutely. So just to be clear, it was the chief advised us to do this because they received notification that allowed for this. And so I think it was Sergeant Negra worked with the code office and the purchasing to get the application together. So we've been working together fully through the both departments.
I just know that criteria is very...
stringent, yeah.
Yes, so that's fine. Aye. Thank you, Commissioner Evans.
Okay. My last resolution, whereas the Township of Nutley in the County of Essex, New Jersey, has previously issued its bond anticipation notes and other debt obligations, whereas in connection with the issuance of certain of the bonds and for the purposes of assisting underwriters to comply with Rule 15C-12 under the Securities Exchange Act of 1934, the Township has covenanted or entered into one or more undertakings or agreements to provide continuing disclosure to the public marketplace. Whereas the continuing disclosure obligation requires the Township to file certain financial information and notice of certain events in specified places and at specified times, and whereas the Township is desirous of retaining a professional firm that specializes in continuing disclosure matters to make the necessary filings at specified places and specified times as part of the town's continuing disclosure obligation. Whereas funds are available in account 501-208-205, subject to the adoption of the 2015 municipal budget, and have been certified by the Chief Financial Officer, said certification being attached to this resolution. Now therefore be it resolved by the Board of Commissioners of the Township of Nutley, County of Essex, as follows. 1, the Mayor and Township Clerk are hereby authorized and directed to execute an agreement with NW Financial Group, LLC, 2 Hudson Place, Hoboken, for services of professional financial audit services in a total amount of $1,500 in accordance with a proposal dated May 5th, 2015. This contract is awarded without competitive bidding as a professional service in accordance with NJSA 40A11-51A of the Public Contracts Law, because the contract is for a service performed by persons authorized by law to practice a recognized profession that is regulated by law. 3. Notice of this action shall be printed once in the Nutley Sun, the legal newspaper of the Township of Nutley. So move.
Second.
Commissioner Rogers?
Aye.
Commissioner Evans?
Aye.
Commissioner Scarpelli?
Aye.
Mayor Petracco?
Aye. Is that all you have?
Yes, thank you, Mayor.
Thank you. Commissioner Scarpelli.
Whereas Resolution 128-15 was adopted at the Commission meeting of April 21st, 2015, to award Chestnut Place and Willow Place improvements, and whereas there was a typographical error for the alternate bid number 1 in the amount of $5,787.82 in said resolution for the sawing and sealing of joints in a concrete base course if needed and where directed. Said resolution is to reflect the correct amount for alternate bid number 1 in the amount of $5,795. And therefore be resolved by the Board of Commissioners, Township of Nutley County of Essex, State of New Jersey, that Resolution 128-15 be amended. I move the resolution.
Second.
Commissioner Rogers?
Aye.
Commissioner Evans?
Aye.
Commissioner Scarpelli?
Aye.
Mayor Petracco?
Aye.
Whereas public works services provided in the Township of Nutley are an integral part of our citizens' everyday lives, and whereas the support of an understanding and informed citizen is vital to the efficient operation of public works systems and programs such as water, sewers, streets and highways, engineering services, and recycling collection. Whereas the health, safety, and comfort of this community greatly depends on these facilities and services. And whereas the quality and effectiveness of these facilities, as well as their planning, design, and construction, are vitally dependent upon the efforts and skill of public works officials. And whereas the efficiency of the qualified and dedicated personnel who staff public works departments is materially influenced by the people's attitudes and understandings of the importance of the work they perform. Whereas the year 2015 marks the 55th Annual National Public Works Week sponsored by American Public Works Association. And whereas this year's theme, Community Begins Here, speaks to the essential nature public works services provide in support of everyday quality of life. Now therefore be resolved by the Board of Commissioners of the Township of Nutley, County of Essex, State of New Jersey, hereby proclaim week of May 17, 2015 as National Public Works Week in the Township of Nutley, and call upon all citizens and civic organizations to acquaint themselves with the issues in providing public works and to recognize the contributions which public works employees make every day to our health, safety, comfort, and quality of life. I move the resolution.
Second.
Commissioner Rogers?
Before I vote on this, I want to make a statement. Commissioner Scarpelli's resolution, there's the quote, "Community begins here." His department truly lives up to that quote. I can't tell you how many times that the health department and public affairs has called his department, whether it be on a weekday, a weekend, or at night, that he's answered the phone, met the needs of someone in this community. Commissioner, I've got to tell you, your department truly lives up to the code, and it's certainly an honor for me to vote yes.
Thank you, Commissioner.
Commissioner Evans?
Joe, all the best. Aye.
Commissioner Scarpelli?
Aye.
Mayor Petracco?
Aye.
That's all I have, Mayor.
Thank you, Commissioner Scarpelli. Whereas applications have been received from the following organizations: and Friends of Nutley Singers, Inc., license number 23-15, Tricky Trade, Thursday, June 4, 2015. PTO Nutley Lincoln School, license number 2415, on-premise 50/50, cash raffle, Friday, May 29, 2015. Whereas the applications have been reviewed and approved by the municipal clerk and the police department. Now therefore be resolved by the Board of Commissioners of the Township of Nutley, County of Essex, State of New Jersey, that the aforementioned licenses are approved and the municipal clerk is authorized to issue the licenses. I move the resolution.
Second.
Commissioner Rogers?
Aye.
Commissioner Evans?
Aye.
Commissioner Scarpelli?
Aye.
Mayor Petracco?
Aye. And just for the record, my resolution number 133-15, we are going to pull tonight. That is for the reappointment for our judge, Joanne Cacciola. Commissioner Tucci was not able to make the meeting, and he would like to vote on it at the next meeting. With that being said, I would also like to congratulate Commissioner Tucci, his niece Chrissy, had a baby that was 9 pounds, 1 ounce, which is pretty big these days. I'd like to congratulate her and her husband, Joe, and we will vote on that at our next meeting. Commissioner Commissioner Rogers, you don't have anything this evening?
I have nothing.
Okay. With that being said, is there anyone here this evening that would like to address the Board of Commissioners? Seeing no one?
Move to adjourn.
Second.
Commissioner Rogers?
Aye.
Commissioner Rogers?
Aye.
Commissioner Evans?
Aye.
Commissioner Scarpelli?
Aye.
Mayor Petracco?
Aye.
And the time is now 8:15.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you.